Hey guys, what's happening? This is Sean. I'm heading into the studio now. Today we're going to try a new format with our videos, all new content. Let us know what you think in the comments. We'd really like to hear from you. Today I'm going to be reviewing one of the greatest rock songs of all time, House of the Rising Sun. It's a cover by Peter Hollens from one of the greatest British rock bands, The Animals, which went #1 in the UK single charts and also in the US and Canada charts back in the 60s. I'm really looking forward to this one. Let us know what you think.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor boy, and Lord, I know I'm my mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My daddy was a gambling man down in New Orleans.
Okay, I know this song very well, and I feel that there's a lot of power that's going to be coming here. This is a great song, but this is the first time I've ever heard this kind of arrangement. I don't know if he's got a group singing with him, and I've been in a cappella for, 30 some years. So the arrangement is incredible. Right off the bat, the first thing that I'm seeing is, I know that this is a video, so he's probably singing to a playback. He's not singing live. I don't see any booms or anything hanging over him, but he's got some muscle memory that's going on here. Wow, so much to talk about. This is very cool. Okay, for the first thing is he's a bass, and he has that low voice, which I'm sure with a voice like this, he's probably known for that. But one of the things that he's doing that's great, even though he's a bass and he's got that lower tone, you can see him lifting his cheeks, right? And if he's lifting his cheeks, most likely he's lifting, and I can hear it, he's lifting that soft palate as well. If you draw a line straight through the mouth like this, everything below that line is about relaxation. Letting the jaw unhinge, letting the tongue relax. It's got to be forward, but it's got to be relaxed, and letting the larynx relax down to the communication zone, right? Sometimes it tends to go high. When somebody raises their cheeks like that, again, if you've drawn this line, anything above it is about lift. If he's raising his cheeks like that, he probably does that in the recording studio as well. And so he's lifting his soft palate. And even though he's got a lower timbre, that still puts a lot of lift in the sound, a lot of spin. This is incredible as a bass. Most basses will just sing like this to get that low sound. But no, he's actually putting a lot of musicality. He's doing a really cool thing here. And I'm sure, even though he's doing it for the video, he's got muscle memory. So I'm sure he does that in the recording studio as well. Really great. Let's get into it. I can't wait to hear him open up on this. Here's a Shawnee Mac side note. As you can see in this diagram here, right? If you draw a line straight through the mouth here, you can see this is the soft palate that's kind of hanging down. Now that opens up and it relaxes so that when we breathe through our nose, it can go down into our lungs. But when we make sound, this soft palate lifts up and it seals the back of the throat here. This allows the sound to hit up underneath it and use our nasal cavity as a resonance chamber, right? But as singers, we can't just lift it up, right? We've got to lift it way up into here because that provides, especially when we get our higher range, because that provides the sound with more spin as it comes up, right? This is a must if you want to get into your higher range, right? If this starts to fall or it unhinges from here, you can get a sound like this. That's a nasal sound. And if you're struggling out there with the nasal sound, chances are that your soft palate has fallen. That's an easy fix. You can hear it in the nose. You just lift it. Then all of a sudden it starts to work. What's happening in this video though, he's lifted way up into the nasal cavity here. The sound's coming up and it's spinning like this. It's a must when you get up into your high register.
a gambling man.
See that lift there?
New Orleans. Oh, mothers,
See him
tell
lifting?
your children not to do what I have done. Don't spend your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun.
Okay, so now we know that he's just a freak. I can't tell whether he's a tenor or a bass. If he's able to hit that kind of timbre below and way down in that range, he's a natural bass. But he's trained his voice, and really, I can't tell you enough that this is probably not what you should be doing. You know, I know everybody would love to sing up in the tenor range, but sometimes that can hurt yourself. But he obviously is having that lift. He's got that spin there, right? So he's a freak. He can do bass, baritone, and tenor alike. That is incredible. I'm blown away. I was waiting on this, but I didn't think he'd go up there. Well done.
In sin and misery, in the house of the rising sun. I've got one foot on the platform.
It's beautiful.
The other
See that lift?
on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain.
What an arrangement. Wow.
Going back to New Orleans. My race is almost
Even though he's in his low range, he's not letting it fall. He keeps that lift, spin.
going back to spend my life in the house of the rising sun.
Whew, come on. That's just ridiculous. That is an unbelievable talent right there. The big takeaway from this as a vocal coach is if you want to get up into that upper register, even if you're a bass and you want to get up into the upper register, you must lift. You must have that space. You must lift the soft palate and have that space. Otherwise, your sound will stop. Think of it as you sing higher, the resonation of your voice goes higher in your body and eventually up into the mouth, yeah, and up into the back of the throat. If the soft palate has fallen, if you don't have that lift, which you can really lift the soft palate if you lift the cheeks and have kind of like a half smile. If you don't have that, the sound has nowhere to go. So if you've ever been in a situation where you're trying to sing higher and higher, but the voice just stops, it's literally hitting the ceiling of the soft palate. It has nowhere to go. We as singers, we have to stretch that soft palate up so the voice can lift higher and higher, right? Without it, you can't do it. And if you've been to karaoke and you're singing, it's like, why is my voice not going higher? Sometimes you have to switch over to the head voice. That's why. So in training, that's one of the things that we work on, right? We've got to have that lift, and you can get it with a half smile. This is unbelievable how he's been able to do this because he has a bass voice and it's hard to get up in there. Again, I would caution you, if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't try to do that. If you've got a lower voice, or even if you've got a higher tenor voice, you need special training to really get up there. Even if you slowly do it, one thing wrong, you can really hurt yourself. But that said, this guy's a phenomenal talent. I'm being very technical here. Just to sit and listen to this was really great. I love the arrangement. He's obviously an a cappella guy, and I wouldn't have thought from the beginning that he's doing all the parts, but now I think he probably is doing all the parts. This is really great. Thank you to Michael, our film editor, who suggested this. This is great. Awesome. If you have any comments, remember to write in. Tell us what you think about the new format. And also, if you have any suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to us. We'd love to hear you out there. And if you have any suggestions for videos in the future, send those too. It's good to see you guys. Hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.